Hi guys, so I'm really sorry this video has taken so long to get up. I was really sick this pregnancy, and then when I started to feel a little bit better when I hit my second trimester, we all got COVID. I have tried my best to record as much as I could over the first and halfway through the second trimester, and we will be going through those videos as well. But I'm so sorry, I have been too sick to sort of edit and sit down. Like, I couldn't really upload any other pregnancy videos without uploading this initial video first. I'm so sorry, I have a bit of indigestion. I have just devoured an entire chocolate bar. One of these. So if anybody's wondering how my pregnancy diet is going, it's going really well. I had a bag of mini eggs for lunch as well, so, well, that and about 4 sandwiches, an orange, and some of the rice cracker things. So it was going really well. I haven't had tea or coffee, so I get my caffeine from chocolate. Actually, no, I do drink a lot of Coke as well, but yeah. I'm currently recording this when I am 23 weeks pregnant, so I'm quite far gone. We're quite far gone at this point, but I am finally getting around to record this video for you guys and just explain how I found out I was pregnant, the whole journey to finding out I was pregnant, and telling Brent I was pregnant as well. I'm going to try and fit that into this video. So we are over halfway into this pregnancy, which just is insane. It's crazy. I'm so happy. And it makes it all the more sweet. Oh gosh, no, I have to sneeze. Oh god, sorry. No. But yeah, it is made all the more sweet because we actually unfortunately had a miscarriage earlier on this year. It was an early miscarriage. We were 6 weeks pregnant, and but I'll be doing a whole separate video on that. I don't really want to include it in this video. I think it deserves to have its whole separate video, which I might try and get Brent in on as well, just so he can explain how he felt about it. But yeah, so the fact that we've made it this far is just so exciting. I'll also be doing a separate video on my first trimester experience, because I've definitely taken notes of that. This was entirely different to my pregnancy with Michael, and I really enjoyed watching first trimester videos of other people here on YouTube. So I just wanted to sort of document my experience, but also I think it might be an interesting video for you guys to watch if you're interested in that sort of thing, of course. If there's any questions you have about my first trimester or about pregnancy, finding out I was pregnant, do comment them down below so I can add them into the next video. Or you can direct message me on Instagram as well. I do have my own Instagram page, and we also have a couple's Instagram page. So I did think it was relevant to mention the miscarriage, just to explain a bit better my reaction to finding out I was pregnant. It's probably not what you were expecting. It definitely wasn't what I was expecting either. So let's get into that. Let's get into when I found out I was pregnant. As you guys might know, we've been trying to get pregnant since June 2022. Yes, you dirty. So although that's not very long compared to other people's, it felt like forever for us. I mean, we're in 2022 now. Did I say 2020? And it took us a while, longer than what I was expecting. Again, I just wasn't expecting it to take us this long. And while I do have Michael, who is 12, so I knew I could get pregnant. That was 13 years ago, so I didn't know if I was still able to get pregnant now with my age, and even Brent has no children, so we weren't sure if he was able to have kids. And of course, the longer it went, the more cautious we were about the whole situation. We were a bit more, I was doing more research into, you know, infertility and all that sort of stuff. So it was kind of strange as well, because of, while I had stopped all contraception in June 2020, I didn't actually get my period until I didn't get my period back until March 2021. So it took a while for my periods to come back. And I had actually Googled, is it possible to get pregnant without getting your periods back? And they were saying it was, because you can ovulate before you get your period. So as you can imagine, for months and months and months, I was taking pregnancy tests every week, because I didn't have a period to know when I was due. I had such awful side effects from coming off of the birth control. I was nauseous, so nauseous. I was tired, exhausted, hormonal, like, I mean, emotional, bad skin. I put on weight. I put on a stone in weight. That was a huge one for me. I did. I put on so much weight, and I couldn't understand every time I took a test why it wasn't positive. There was just so much going towards pregnancy symptoms. My boobs were so sore, and I just couldn't understand why that negative was coming up every single time. I mean, I single-handedly upped the stock market on pregnancy tests alone in 2020, 2021, and I took so many of them. I spent a fortune on them. I dare not tell Brent how much I spent on them. And then when I did get my periods back, I was able to take ovulation tests, because I learned that to take an ovulation test, you have to have two periods basically, so you can have a middle. You find day 14, blah blah blah. This is not an educational channel, this is not an educational video, I'm afraid, because I don't want to give you the wrong information. Do your own research on it. But essentially that's how I saw ovulation tests working. So I had to wait until March to start taking them. It was showing that I was ovulating, and my periods were really regular straight away. So I got my period in March. It was actually the day before Mother's Day, or the day after Mother's Day, or Mother's Day. A month later I had it again and again, and so on and so forth. So I've always had them quite regular and normal. But once I got my period, I remember I was just ecstatic, because I knew then my body was starting to return to normal, and it was really possible at any stage then, even though I thought it was anyway. But yes, so I was really excited when I got my period back. But then we got pregnant in June, so it didn't take long actually from March till June to get pregnant. So it was a year after stopping birth control, and I was so excited and in shock. I think, you know, after seeing so many negatives, seeing that positive was just unbelievable. You know, I remember taking it, and Brent was in the bed beside me, but he was asleep, and he was supposed to go for a cycle that morning with one of his friends. And I woke up at the crack of dawn knowing that, okay, I was due my period like the next day, and I could take a test. I think it was like 3 days actually before my period, I don't know. But and so I snuck out of the bed in the morning, which I never wake up before him, but the excitement got the better of me. So I snuck out of the bed, took a test in our bathroom, and then waited for a couple of minutes, and I saw this faint line, which, I mean, my heart was racing, my hands were sweating. It was just like, what is going on? And I wanted to jump down and scream, but Brent was in the bedroom right beside it, so I couldn't. But of course that was the pregnancy which we miscarried. So I knew 2 months later, when I had started feeling sick, it was possible that I was pregnant again. And it's so funny because I took a test on the Monday morning. It was a Monday. And I took a test that morning because I woke up, I actually was having an awful dream, and I woke up really needing to get sick. Like to where you can't lift your head off the pillow because you think you're going to projectile vomit. Excuse me, I know, I'm so sorry if it's too much information, but anyway. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not due my period till Friday. I'll take a test. So I did. I took a test that morning before work, and it was negative. And Brent was off of work at this stage. I can't remember what for, but he was off of work. And so it was negative. Hide the test. Fine, whatever else. So I went to work that morning, and I thought I just had like a vomiting bug, nothing else. And I work on my own in an office, so I knew I couldn't spread it to anybody. But by about 10:30, 11, I felt so much better, and I just ate my lunch, well, early lunch. And yeah, and I was fine. And then on Tuesday morning, the exact same thing. I woke up feeling really sick, and I thought, oh God, it was just a strange bug, you know. I thought 24-hour thing. And of course, though, being me, I have pregnancy tests everywhere, so I brought one to work with me. But instead, this time of taking it first thing in the morning, I decided to take it in the evening, even though they recommend that you do pregnancy tests in the morning, just because of you're not diluting your urine with all the drink that you've drank throughout the day. But I just decided that it was closer to when I was due my period, so I would take it in the evening. That was my theory anyway. As I said, I'm not an educator. So after work, I peed on a clear blue pregnancy test. I went clear blue because I thought it would have the sort of most chance of showing up anything, if there was anything. So I waited the allotted time, the few minutes, and it was one of those results where you're staring at it for so long that you start to think, I'm just seeing this. I'm pretending I see something. My eyes are seeing something that aren't there. It's a dye stealer. It's the shadow. It's not an extra line. Normally there's a plus. And I was like, no, it's just the one line, there's not the two, that's definitely a shadow. And I held it in every single which light I could. And I was just in that sort of, I remember pausing and thinking, but what if? And then thinking, no, sure, yesterday it was negative, so I'm sure it's negative. It was just the wrong results. And as I said, I would have been about 3 weeks and 4 days at this stage, so it was still quite early. Well, not even quite early. They say that you can take them up to 6 days beforehand. And I was due on in 3 days, so definitely I thought there would have been a second line. On Wednesday then, the nausea didn't really hit until the afternoon, but I put that down to the fact that I was so busy in work. It was our coffee morning week and I was extremely busy, just running around actually all week, but Wednesday was especially busy. And it was when I got into bed Wednesday evening then I started to feel nauseous, so I had to lie down and go to sleep, and I thought, what is going on? I asked Brent and Michael, has it been something that we've eaten, because we all eat the same food, and no, they were fine. And yeah, so I didn't think too much of it. As I said, it was quite busy on Wednesday. So then Thursday came, and after an even busier day in work, hot flushes. I had a lot of hot flushes that day. I remember it was awful. I was running around. I had like 5 coffees and in the morning, which is a lot for me. I don't actually drink coffee, I drink tea, so it was quite a lot for that day. And nausea. The nausea was horrific. I thought it was the coffee. I thought I had the shakes and I hadn't eaten anything, so I was like, it's definitely the coffee. It's making me really like, this was around the afternoon at this stage. This was in the afternoon and I really felt the nausea kick in. I stopped and brought donuts on the way home for Michael and Brent from our event, and I couldn't even smell the donuts, which is bad. I love donuts, so that was mad to me. I was trying not to show them how ill I was, although the sweat was pumping off of me at this stage. So I just said, again, while I had a whole stockpile of pregnancy tests still in my drawer, actually no, at this stage there was about 5 left out of about 30. So, but I just said I've had enough. After that little God knows shadow thing, whatever it was on the Tuesday, I would take another test as I was due on the next day. So I snuck up into the ensuite. I said I just need a shower because I've had a really busy day in work. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it was early having a shower for me. And I snuck up with a test, and that is this video clip. Okay, so Brent's just going. I have to whisper if you can hear me, but I just done a test and I have to wait. So that's what it says in a moment. Brent, it was because of the coffee. Now I'm not due my period until Friday or Saturday, and it's Thursday today. But I've been so sick all week. So sick. I shouldn't touch my face, I peed on this. Okay, it's not been the full 3 minutes yet. I will kill him if he's listening to this. Oh, good man. I don't even know what time I freaking peed on it. I'm not due my period until tomorrow or Saturday. I'll take another one on Saturday. So there it was, 3 weeks, 6 days and a faint line. And to be honest, I didn't know whether to jump for joy or to cry with anxiety and fear after what happened the last time. Of course, I was over the moon. It's all I wanted for so long. It's all Brent and I spoke about for the last year and a half, but we were also together, like this year it'll be 10 years we're together, and we've been talking about kids since like 6 months of us dating. So it was always something on the cards that we had talked about for years, and this was all I wanted. But knowing just how delicate life can be and just how easily it can be ripped away from us with no warning, nothing, it was almost paralyzing at this stage. So my next thought was, how am I going to tell Brent, and what is he going to think? Because, you know, it was what we wanted. We were so happy, you know, the first time, so surely he'd be happy this time round. But I think part of me thought he would think, oh well, why would you tell me early? Why not wait until 6 weeks? So I didn't know whether to wait the 6 weeks to tell him. And even though Brent's so supportive, he wouldn't actually say that, but in my head I just thought like maybe I should wait until after the 6 week mark to tell him when I know everything's fine, they've gone to my GP. Or do I tell him sooner, because I was freaking out. Yeah, I really didn't know what to do, so I had my shower and I just tried to think about everything. I just remember that shower, I was shaking, staring down at my feet in the shower, just going like, what do I do? I don't know. I know that sounds really weird, but unless you've gone through it, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that's actually something. It was really weird how all this time we have been planning to try and get pregnant and have a kid. And do you think I would have had a plan on how to tell Brent? Like these fun, cute little ways. And I did. I looked it up. I YouTubed it, TikTok, Instagram, Google, everything. Pinterest even. How to tell your partner you're pregnant in these cute little fun, funky ways. Do you think I could pick one? No. For a year and a half at this stage. No. Could not pick one. So that was another thing I had to try and think of on the hop while having this mental breakdown of emotions, you know. How am I going to tell Brent? Do I tell him in this really fun, funky way? Like, what do I do? I need to buy stuff for it. And do you think they sold balloons anywhere at this stage? I don't know what happened. There was a massive balloon shortage here, but there was no balloons, because that was one way I was going to tell him. And I didn't want to go buy baby clothes, which, by the way, we'll get into in a couple of minutes, but that kind of nearly gave me away, so couldn't do that. So yeah, you think I would have had something planned better, but no. I was actually quite worried that he would guess before I got to tell him, because of how I was acting. The only good thing is like I said, I had a really busy week in work, so I just kept saying, oh no, I'm just tired, or I'm stressed, or I'm thinking of this. And he's normally really good that way, you know. He would just go, oh yeah, no, give you space. And but I was really worried that he would guess it before I got to tell him in a special way, you know. So anyway, in the end, how I told him was just terrible. No, it wasn't. It's just, like I said, I had so much time. I could have done so much better. But no, I decided to just throw a load of letters on my letter board, the little black notice board, which looking back now sort of looked like I was saying we're pregnant on baby number 3 or 4. No, baby number 4, instead of 4 weeks. But I was literally gone into the bed with this letterboard beside me while I asked him to go down and get me a glass of water. I had all of 3 minutes to get the letters onto this notice board while I was shaking and listening out that Michael wouldn't run in, that Brent wasn't going to come in, that the door was shut so the cats wouldn't barge in. So dramatic, I know, but I was literally, I didn't even think what I was writing on it. I just wanted to blurt it out to him, and he was on to me at this stage. He was seriously on to me at this stage. Because of earlier on that day, we had gone into town and we were in TK Maxx, and I just sort of went over to the baby section because I actually wanted to see if they had like little booties that I could tell him with, but he was with me and he was hovering around with me, so I just thought like, oh look, we're trying for a kid, surely he'll think this is just normal. No, copped on straight away. Thought you said that next time we look at baby stuff, it's when we're pregnant. Have you got something to tell me? And of course the smirk that comes on your face. So I was like, no, what you freaking idiot, no. You know, try and pay it off. And so no, just left everything there and walked off. And then we got a Chinese on the way home, and yeah, he definitely thought that he was asking me questions in the van then, and I actually have footage of that which I'll put up now. Guys, I've just sent Brent over to get the Chinese, right? And he is onto me big time. We went to TK Maxx and I stupidly looked at baby stuff, and he just said, have you got something to tell me? I was like, no. And now he said, well, you said next time we look at baby stuff is when you're going to be pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm just looking. And then he said, oh yeah, you said you weren't going to tell anyone until you were 6 weeks. I was like, no. And so he is onto me, full blown onto me. I think I'm just going to have to blurt it out to him because it's not fair. I'm going to have to tell him eventually. He is so onto me. I think he can see me even. I think he just saw me talking to you guys. I don't know. It's not the reveal I wanted to do, but at the same time, I couldn't get freaking balloons anywhere. I'm absolutely bloody livid. So I might just have to tell him. And I think I'll just tell him. Okay, he's still none the wiser. I don't think. I think he's in getting his food, but he's still none the wiser. I'm going to wait till this evening until we're home. I've had an idea. Ah! Yeah. Chinese. But yeah, I knew I was going to have to tell him soon. I knew it was going to have to be like now, or he's going to catch me out. He's going to just guess it and ruin the whole surprise. Not that I had a whole surprise planned. Looking back at it now, that footage I got, like, I was so goofy. It's just cringy looking back at myself in that video. Well, listening to myself in that video and all the freaking footage. But, you know, that's what I got. That's exactly how it went at the time. So I'm just gonna go with it and, you know, embrace it. But yeah, and he obviously took it really well. He sort of came in with the glasses and didn't know where to put them and didn't know what to do, and yeah, had a few questions to ask, obviously, normally. But yeah, so it was quite nice, and that's basically how we found out I was pregnant. As I said, I will be doing a more in-depth video into the first trimester and the miscarriage in the future videos, which I am gonna do a really conscious effort, make a conscious effort of getting them up soon. I really want to get into a good schedule with uploading on YouTube. I was gonna say Facebook then. And I have videos, some really fun videos. As I said, we're 23 weeks, so I have a few, like obviously telling Michael, telling Brent's family and friends. We have our gender reveal party. We have old wives' tales, gender guessing video. I have second trimester videos coming, and of course all the rest. We're actually doing up the nursery this weekend. Well, we're not. But we're clearing out the room for the nursery this weekend, so we have that video coming. I also have some other non-pregnancy related videos coming up as well, like we've got wardrobes. I'm currently sat in our spare room, which I didn't really explain at the start of this video, but you haven't seen this room before, I don't think, and this is our spare room. And the only reason I am recording in here is because of this is where the sunlight comes in the evening, and I didn't fancy a ring light in my face blinding me for this video, so I decided to do it in here. Some lovely green background. I do realise that mirror is in the background and you can just see me moving back and forth. That's probably really annoying. And I have a cat beside me, which you can't see, so it's fine. Oh god, I just threw up in my mouth. We redone Michael's room as well. That was a whole makeover. But yeah, so I do have some like home related videos. We're also going to Portugal in a couple of weeks time. And we have Michael's confirmation, his 13th birthday, which is insane. We have that coming up. So I have a few videos coming up as well as these pregnancy ones, which I really just want to document this pregnancy, which I have not done enough of. And I really, really want to try and do more of. So bear with me. But that's it, guys. I will leave this video here. Thank you so, so much for watching. I hope it explained a little bit better for you and sort of where my mind has been at or where I have been at. And I hope you did enjoy this video. If you do have any questions, please do comment them down below. Or if they're private, you can message me over on Instagram, as I said beforehand. I'd be really happy to answer any questions that you want to ask. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. It means a lot to me when you watch my videos, and I know I have really supportive friends that watch my videos, so I really appreciate that, and family, of course. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Oh, that was clicky.